If you're a heat and air machine technician or even a salesperson, what's one thing that you could role play around questions that would really help you out? Why does it matter? This is a super important question. I'm Scott Sylvan Bell, coming to you live for HVAC Technicians Sell Secrets on a perfect day to talk about sales and business and a perfect day to talk about you. Coming to you live from Sacramento. So here's the thing. Questions are one of the most powerful tools that salespeople have. And I will share with you flat out, they are used wrong quite a bit of the time. And so what happens is when you have coaching, when you have training, when you work with sales trainers, there is the ability in role play to pounce on the buyer when you ask a question. So you're like, I ask a question, what is it, your objective here? And then the buyer says, well, you know, I really want to move forward with the new project, okay? But there's a gap. So like if we go question, and then we go answer, you have to realize that answer that comes from the buyer can take anywhere from 15 to 30 seconds. That answer from the buyer, if they're really thinking about it and you can see the wheels turning, they may tap their fingers, they may stroke their chin. This is all the body language of sales. They may like pull on their ear, they may rub on their head. And when you see somebody doing that, the wheels are turning, don't interrupt them, you know? And so as a salesperson, you should role play this. You should role play the timing of a question. And then when you role play the timing of a question, you should also role play the follow-up. And so you'll hear the fortune is in the follow-up, which it is. You call the people, you text them, you email them, you send them a video. Yeah, but the fortune is also in the follow-up of a question. And when you get really good at giving people space to answer your question and have a conversation with you, instead of pouncing on them, the benefit is you gather a better quality of information from the people you meet with. And this right here is why you should join my email publication. I will give you the good, not in the Facebook group, not in the YouTube channel. So this is how you do this. You sit down with your team, your people, your person, your friend, your buddy, your pal, and you ask a question, and then you take a stopwatch. Like I'll grab one of my phones here, okay? You grab a stopwatch and you put 30 seconds. We're gonna make it freakish on purpose. You're gonna ask your question, you're gonna pause and wait for 30 seconds, and then whoever you're role playing with is gonna answer the question. And you're like, Scott, that sounds crazy. Well, it conditions you for being in a sales process. It conditions you for the time that somebody takes 15 seconds. And so I'll tell people, hey, there have been entire days that I have driven out to the North Shore of Oahu when I'm out in Hawaii, and I will sit on the beach for hours and not talk to anybody. And then one of the things you learn from that is your ability that you don't have to answer every question immediately. You don't have to talk immediately. So your timing on these questions, your especially discovery or when there's something involved, your ability to outwait and like wait for that person to answer your question, it really does matter. Now, it's a good thing you stuck around because I'm going to give you a bonus. There is a body language of salespeople asking questions, just so you know. And so in sign language, in American Sign Language, like this is what. In sign language, you tilt your head forward, and that's a cue for you to know that there's a question involved. And so when you ask a question, one of the things that you can do is tilt your head forward and just look at the person and keep your mouth shut. Like you can't jump in and save them, and you can't jump in and answer the question for them. They've got to do it. And getting used to that gap of 15 to 30 seconds in the beginning, I will tell you, for most salespeople, it's hard. They don't practice it. They do it once or twice and like, this is crazy. Until they get into a sales process and they meet with Mr. Smith, Mrs. Jones, Mr. Jones, and it becomes super beneficial to them, okay? So for you, you should absolutely practice asking your discovery questions, whatever they may be, and then pausing and actually taking a stopwatch and wait for 30 seconds before that question, before your partner answers it, so that you could get used to that time. You got one of three things to do from here, just one of three. Find the subscribe button, click on it, and every time I send out a video, you'll get an update. 2, hit follow. 3, you know what you gotta do. Share this video with a friend. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.